Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Queen G. This is the Queen G Live Experience. Welcome to another segment. Oh my goodness, I got a special treat for you today that is going to blow you away. I'm excited. Um, I haven't seen this kid in a couple of years now, and it's been amazing to see his progression and his rise and his climb to fame. Um, And let me tell you, you are in for a treat today. Uh, this kid's name is JRome Dillard. He's been on the market for a while. Like I've seen him grow up in the business, and when you see that, it's a blessing, which means that he was a kid, entertainer, but turned into a young man along the process. And I love to see their progression and their star power rise and that type of thing. And now mature voice has matured like nobody's business, and he's doing some things out here. And we're going to talk to him, Mr. JRome Dillard. Let's see if we can get him in here and welcome him to the show. Welcome.
Oh, how you doing?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Oh my God. Well, good morning.
Morning.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I was introducing you on the other end, and you didn't hear that part because you weren't on yet. But I was saying that I've seen you grow up in the business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've seen the progression of your career because I lived in Las Vegas for about 6 years. And, me and my hubby, we did a lot of stuff while we were out there. I had radio shows and things like that. And we used to have shows all the time. And we did so much. So I remember several times, linking with you on the entertainment front. And we kind of always would run into each other. And then also, we had you on the physical show one time on the rooftop.
Yep.
So it's been, I've seen your progression, and it's just so nice to see you grow up in the game. And how you been? Like, how you been, bro?
I mean, wait, before I start talking, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
I've been great. It's just so many things that I've been doing as far as, physical health, getting my endurance up, getting my body in shape, getting my, strengthening my vocals every single day as much as I possibly can, writing every single day. I actually make beats at an all-time high now. So it's like the producing is like my thing now. So just trying to better myself in every way possible.
Right. How important is exercise for a singer?
Sheesh. Exercise is so important because you don't want to be winded when you're on stage.
Right.
On stage, you're doing a show. You may have as simple as a 30-minute show, but you thought it was cool and all fun and games until you realize that you never practiced for a half an hour show or a half-hour show. So go through those things and trying to keep your breath up and things like that, you'll see how, that takes training and conditioning.
Right. So it don't matter if you got vocals, if you can't breathe because you dancing too much, like it don't really pay off, right?
Seriously, you got to do it. Like I swim a lot, like I actually got that tip from Usher. I actually watched his master class, and he said one thing that he does is he runs and sings at the same time. Like he sprints time to try to control his breath as much as possible, and then he would take laps around the pool or actually try to hold his breath underwater for as long as he can just to inflate the lungs. And so great tips from Usher for sure that I take.
Yeah. Right. Do you feel as if that conditioning has made your vocals stronger too? That from that aspect, like on the opposite
Yeah,
end.
absolutely. It's like it's like night and day. Like doing vocal conditioning or vocal warm up exercises versus not doing it. Literally, if you're a singer, it's a night and day thing. It's like I wasn't able to hit that note, but now I can hold that note 10 seconds longer just from the fact of expanding the lungs and making sure that the vocals are warm, relaxed, making sure when you hit certain notes and make certain faces, the jawline doesn't tense up. It's, you know, it's a lot of things to it that it took this time from when I saw you to now to be even more experienced as far as those things. So yeah, it's super, super.
Wow. That's dope. That's dope. And I'm glad that you came into that awareness. One thing about this business is go make or break you. You go find out what you need to do
Yeah,
to get those things in order. You know what I'm saying? Just like I feel like the more I do interviews, the better it gets too.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And you only get that from experiencing it. You only get that from walking in those actual shoes and, you know what I'm saying, physically doing it. If I didn't do it enough, like, how am I going to know, you know what I mean, that a celebrity guest is a human being with an extraordinary resume?
Right.
You
Right.
understand?
Right.
It's not that, hey, I'm talking to Teddy Riley, the famous person.
Mm,
It's more, he is a human being with an extraordinary resume of what he has accomplished,
exactly. I like that.
right? So you come up with these theories for yourself and these type of rules that you have to, you know, apply when
Mm,
you begin to mature in the industry and learn the actual tactics of what it takes to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
so so I also see that you have worked on your imaging.
Mhm.
Your hair is blonde now, and things like that. Tell us about that transformation and why you decided to change your look and things like that.
Um, I actually get asked the question a lot now, which is crazy. But you know, I used to rock the high top all the time. Yeah, so I want to say I rocked the high top for 8 years.
Yeah, for a while.
Top, like the same high top. Can you hear me?
It's going in and out a little bit, but I think I
Can you
can
hear
hear
me
you. Yeah.
still?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Okay. Let me see. Uh,
Sheesh. Like it completely
did
went
somebody
on.
call you? Did somebody call you or something?
I can see you move, but I can't.
You just can't hear me. Okay, go out and come back in. Go
Yeah.
out and come back in. Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we had a small. Yeah, go out and come back in. We had a small interruption. Maybe perhaps someone called him and it kind of threw his mic off. So we gonna get this interview out regardless. This is my special guest today, Mr. JRome Dillard. He's amazing, powerful, has really, really grown up, and I wanted to get his updates and his exclusive of what he's been working on and experiencing for his fan base and for, you know, everyone that's watching and tuning in. Maybe perhaps during this moment I could go ahead and play one of his okay. Can you hear me again?
Yep.
Okay.
I
Like magic.
that was my fault though. That was my fault. My alarm went off and it kind of
Oh,
erupted. Yeah. But
it's all good. And we gonna get this exclusive. And
yeah.
I was like, even if I gotta play your music in between the, you know, you know, the show must go on, right? So
But yeah,
so
what
we were talking about your imaging. We were
uh,
talking about your fade and things like that.
yeah, so I've been rocking the high top for years now. And when my 21st birthday came up, I said, you know what? I went through the age of 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, like teenage years was dedicated for that. You know, so as I so many colors with the high top. I said, this is such my look now. You know, like, I don't know if I want to get rid of it. But once I turned 18, I said, new time period, new me. You know, like, this JRome Dillard 2.0. This is a grown man. Next up, you know, so.
Right. That's dope. And I like the blonde. I like the color on you. I think it complements you well, and I think it gives you a really great, you know, I would say kid to adulthood industry look, because you know you do go from a baby to, you know what I mean. You grew up pretty much in front of all of us as a kid. If anybody knows you, knows that you started out pretty young at this. How young were you? It did the same thing.
It just did the same thing.
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. Yeah. So while we're having these a few technicals, we're gonna look up his music. Okay, he's back.
Do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Man.
Look, I ain't touched nothing. Look, I'm innocent. It's all good. Don't worry about nothing, though. We gonna get this story, and we're gonna get this exclusive. So don't worry about nothing. You must be a hot entity because your phone is going off while you're doing your interview, and ain't nothing we can do about it. Ain't nothing we can do about it. You the man. So
thank you.
It's all good. You pretty much have grown up in front of all of us. So how young were you when you started?
I started singing at the age of 8, but I probably say I really took it serious and really made the decision that this is what I wanted to do at probably like the age of 11. No older than 11. I don't even want to say 12, because by 11 I had my first music video out. I thought I was the stuff, you know. Like, yeah, I probably
right.
11 for sure. 11, and then 12 I ended up moving to Vegas, and that's where I probably say all the exposure came from. Really, it's like, because I'm originally from Detroit.
Okay, I never knew that.
Yeah,
I never knew that. That's good to know. So you got some good stock in you.
Motown.
You from a good place. That's what's up.
Yeah, thank you. So from the age of you know, when I was born to 11, 12 years old, I was in Detroit. So I would sing, you know, as much as I possibly could around there. But, you know, me being 12, is only so much you can do. You know, like, it's
right.
only Instagram was not a thing at all. Social media like that was not really a thing. So you can,
right.
yeah, it's so crazy I can say that. Oh, like, but yeah.
Right. As young as you are, you still saw, you know, social media also evolve in front of your eyes with this whole progression of your career. You've seen that whole transition take place during this time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So as as everything evolved and changed, and I moved to Vegas and to a completely different side of the country that I'm not used to at all. Once I start singing around the schools and things like that, the word spread it fast.
Mm.
He sing. Teachers start putting me on the spot, you know, like, oh, the kids say you sing, let's hear something. And then I get up there, you know, do something right in on the spot, you know, and it kind of just went with like a propane tank. Everybody's like, oh, and then
trickle down effect. So you were accustomed to already performing in front of people, and that was like something you've done that for years. So this is not a a new thing, in other words. So how many have a lot of people come up to you, like your teachers and things like that, after the fact and said, dang, I'm glad to see you stuck it out? What's been the conversation like from the people that knew you?
You know what? I probably say I probably ran into at least 3 teachers since I've been out of school. I've been out of school for about 3 years now. I graduated.
Okay.
So I probably had 3 teachers. But the craziest thing that happened is that I made the song Go to Nights. And one of my teachers there, thank you. One of my algebra teachers was there at the arena. And in the middle of the game or around it was the middle of the game, but it was like a little intermission part. And I saw my teacher, my algebra teacher, in the arena, and they were giving me a huge introduction at the T-Mobile Arena. Like, Jerome, Golden Night song feels so good. Everybody give him a clap. And then the arena just clapping. And I saw my algebra teacher, and he was like, what?
How did that moment feel when your youth kind of, full circled and it came to that moment? How did that feel for you? What did that make you?
It happened so fast. It happened so fast that I wasn't able to really sit in it because it was just like a blink of an eye. But when I went home and thought about it, sometimes you got to just give yourself a pat on the back. Like,
right. You did that. Yeah, exactly.
the only way, it's the only way to remind yourself, like, yeah, life is gonna move fast. Yeah, you moving in the fast lane and you doing this and that and this and that. But you always step back and say, you know what? Good job, man. Because a lot of people don't do that. So even though it's not the biggest thing in the world, you always gotta at least give that pat on the back for the small accomplishment and appreciate it.
Exactly. How much of this is encouragement for yourself? How often do you have to tell yourself, hey, you got to do this? Or how much self-encouragement? Give me a percentage that you would say as an artist that it takes to, get up and push and keep going no matter what comes up against you. Give me a percentage that you feel.
I'd probably say the percentage that, so you mean as far as like if I had to give you a percentage, but
of like 10%, 15%, 75%, how much percentage on a scale would you say that it takes, self-confidence, you know what I mean? Building yourself and telling yourself you got to do this. How much of that is if I was to give you?
I would probably say 100% every day for me. For me, like this is a everyday thing because when when an artist pop out or blow up, everybody just think overnight sensation. Like, like where did he come
Right.
from? People don't understand that this overnight sensation 11, 12 years, maybe even more than that. So they never know. They just see the end result, the top of the iceberg, but they don't know that it's so much more underneath the iceberg that took to even show above sea level. They just don't know. So
Right.
thing, like you said, I really wanted, and I'm being transparent with you, I wanted to be a childhood star, like a childhood, like
A
cute.
kid, yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
realize that if I would have made or did the things that I'm doing now in that level, I would have been too vulnerable to a certain point and not knowledgeable, and it would have been a blessing fumble.
Right.
Huge thing.
Now you have that experience, is what you're saying. You have that knowledge of the things that you learned, just like you telling me about the whole conditioning. Now you know that at 18 versus 11. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know that when you came in at 11. And then you hyper anyway at that age. You know what I'm saying? You everywhere. So you don't know those things until you walk that walk and talk that talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I want to take a moment real quick. This is one of my favorites that I saw online recently that I heard you do. It's a cover song, Heartbreak Anniversary.
Uh-huh.
It's a cover song. I want to play that if that's okay for your audience.
Still catching things here. They stare at me like souvenir. Don't wanna let you bow my head. Just like the day that I met you, the day I thought forever last forever. Oh, it's cold outside. Like why you walk in my life? Why you walk in my life? Oh, I get like this every time. All these days I feel like you and me. Perfect anniversary. 'Cause oh, baby. All these days I feel like you and me. Perfect anniversary. Yeah, you everything to me.
Yeah.
Hey, that falsetto. I was like, okay. I'm sorry. I'm also, I'm an interviewer. I'm your friend. You call me auntie. I call you nephew. And we've established a bond here over the years. I've worked in media and all that stuff, and we done seen each other everywhere. But I'm also a fan. I want you to know that. I'm also a fan of yours. And this past week, as I got prepared to interview you, I've been listening to your music, and I'm like, that does go hard. And I'm like, yes. So I've been a little excited. You know what I'm saying? Listening to the growth and the maturity and what you have come to. I want you to know that I am very proud of you. Okay. And I think this is what I see. I see star all on you. I'm out here with the stars. You know that.
Yeah.
And I see star power and quality all up and through and over you. I want you to know that. And I believe that it's just a matter of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I want you to always make time for me on these interview platforms, because we're going to see each other again. Okay? Maybe perhaps even other cities. We're going to be like, oh, what's up, nephew? You know what I mean? We're going to run into each other because we both are climbing. Understand? Mm-hmm. So that song right there and that falsetto, man, tell us about that falsetto.
You know what? I probably said, I want to say 5 years ago, I was not able to hit high notes at all, like at all. And I said, you can't, I would tell myself like, man, you can't be a real singer if you can't hit high notes. Like if you can't hit high notes, you can't compete with nobody. That's how I would challenge myself, So as I would, practice, mimic all the great artists like Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Usher, even R. Kelly. I don't care. I know R. Kelly don't got a good name, but R. Kelly is a legend in his category.
Yes, right.
Period. But yeah, I would, study all of these people. So the fact that I'm able to actually do it now and put it in my music and share it with, everybody, it's a great thing. It didn't happen overnight, though. I will say.
Right. Of course. Yeah, definitely. And what did it feel like just now for me to play your music back for you? And to you seeing me enjoy it so much, like, what does it feel like when your fans, you know what I mean? That they admire your music and things like that.
That's probably one of the best feelings in the world, because it's another one of those golden ice moments where it's like you don't realize that it's happening and people is enjoying your stuff, but you just sit there and it's like I can sit here and be like, yeah, they listen to the song, but in my head, my inner self, my kid self, it's like, oh, like we at the point where people is enjoying the music, they actually enjoying the videos, they actually enjoying. So really, it's the best thing in the world, and I appreciate you for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm like, hold up, I'm preparing for this interview, but hold up, it's some good stuff over here. And I actually, because see, I like R&B. I'm not really a hip hop head like that, where I like bunch of rap, but it's certain rap. If it's fly, it's just fly, and I just gotta groove to it. You feel me? But R&B is my thing. Like that's my favorite type of music because listen to this. Somewhere on the inside of you as you're singing, because I'm a singer too. I go to karaoke though, as a fun thing.
Yeah.
But somewhere on the inside of you, when you're belting out those notes, there's also a soul side of that. You know what I mean? Like something on the inside that's deeper than just the music itself or just the, So talk to us about that, the soul side of the music for you.
Like I'm gonna use the Heartbreak anniversary cover for example. So if you listen to the normal song, it's real like, which big shout out to Givian because he killed the song, he murdered the song. But it's certain parts of the song that's like he talking about heartbreak, he talking about the day, the day that you left me, things like that. So I think in my head, how would you feel if the love of your life was gone? Like,
ooh, okay.
Yeah, a low tone, or would that be like, like I gotta get this note out, I gotta get every register out. It's almost a form of expression, all the emotions in one. So the high notes, the falsetto is almost like a cry out in a way, like, dang, it's over with. Like that's, it's deeper. Like you said, it's deeper. It's not really too many words I could say as far as describing the soul aspect.
Yeah. It's just a feeling though. It's a feeling. Yeah. It's a feeling like you said. It's like, okay, putting yourself in position to feel like how I feel when someone leave you. Woof, that hurt. That hurt. And that's what I hear. I hear beyond, oh, he can just sing in that moment when you were, doing that particular cover. I could hear the deepness and the soul aspect of that. Because, my brother is Tyrese Gibson, the singer. You remember that, right?
Of course, yeah.
And, I listen to him and his music too. And I actually like his lyrics and I know some of the words. And I listen, I'm like, oh, yeah. And plus, I know him.
Right.
To know what some of that, is about.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, especially Shame.
Oh, goodness.
You know what I mean? Dang. Like Shame is like, okay, I'm ashamed of me. It's like, oh, okay, I get it.
I'm making cover that.
Please do, because that right there, you and that connection, hands down. You know what I'm saying? That's the right move right there. That's the right move, and I will promote it. I will support it on social media. Trust me.
I'm working.
So yeah, I also know it from the example of, my brother being an iconic singer and things like that, and him. A lot of it is emotion. You know what I'm saying? And pain and embedded things that have happened, over time in life. I mean, losing Paul Walker alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That baby mama drama. It don't matter if you're famous or not. Those kind of things, it brings, emotion out. Life itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pain and just hurt and so talk to me. I don't want to take up all the, know what I'm saying?
It like, I don't know. A random thought just came to mind though, because it seemed like you can only, I don't know if I'm explaining this right. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
It's like, even when we talking about the topic of soul and showing soul music and things like that, but the examples that you gave behind what produced soul, like baby mama drama or death, things like that, it seemed like those pain, the pain and the lessons that you go through is what creates the soul to even express it the way that it is.
What, yes.
About that, like, wow, that's crazy how it's certain things you just gotta go through that it creates that, especially for singers and writers
Yeah.
and people that it's those things that enhance the creativity, because not too much you can talk about if you didn't go through nothing. I'm not saying you got to go through every bad thing in the world to just know everything.
Right.
You gotta
But it's
experience.
certain things
Yeah.
that make you go a little harder or deeper when you experience that. Yeah. When I've lost a lot of, friendships and people in my life, but that made me go harder. That became my motivation,
Exactly.
to drive a little harder and push a little harder and things like that. Because it's like, whoa, okay, this is how it is. So let me show you better than I can, you know what I'm saying, tell you. It's kind of like that. So it becomes your inspiration and your drive to go and just pull that out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what is your most interesting fan story so far since you've been a
The fan story
Mhm.
was interesting.
Gotta think about it a little bit, huh? While you think about it, let's pull out another song. Think about it, and I'm a pull out another. It could be anything, by the way. It don't have to be big, small, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Anything that you just remember that happened from a fan, and you were like, "Dang,
Oh,
that was deep." Or
yeah. I
you
know.
got
I
one?
got one.
Okay, so let me play this song real quick.
Okay.
Again, I'm promoting you today, Mr. JRome Dillard. He is on my show. I'm so happy to have you here. Let's go with the Bruno Mars and Anderson Peak. What Anderson? Am I reading it right, Pat? As you get older, your eyes begin to suffer a little bit. It's the Bruno Mars Anderson. Let me do that. Now my phone going off.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey. Again,
Yeah.
I absolutely love cover yours, whatever, all your music so far is amazing. And you also have some tracks that are kind of, they got a little edge to them too, and a little, little
Yeah.
more upbeat, up tempo. What's your favorite? And then first tell us your fan story. I want to hear that.
Most recent one. Recent one. I had this guy that I went to school with. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing like that, but I went to school with him, and he lived in my neighborhood, right? He lived in, this the most recent that I could think of off the top of my head.
Right,
And
right,
always he would always send me videos like all the time explaining stuff like, hey man, your song Trust helped me through a breakup, man. Like I was thinking about thoughts like this and doing this and things like that. And I would always reach out to him like, man, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Like real talk. This dude comes up to my door at like 9 o'clock at night, maybe even 10 o'clock at night. It was like he was like panting, like breathing, like, bro, I just want to tell you again that like your song really just helped me, bro. And I
I'm sorry.
just
You're like, really?
and like that's so crazy to me. Like, wow, you just came up to the house. You feel me? Like came up to the house. Like that's so crazy to me. But that's where I was like, that's a great feeling, to have people.
Right, it is, but it's kind of stalkish and
Yeah.
it's scary at the same time. But I know what you mean. Yeah, like you're
Yeah.
Your music touched him that much to the point where he not only, thought about it, he got in the car and came over, like
Yeah.
in physical form, and met you at the door. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So what is your favorite style? Do you like it more R&B, mellow, or do you like up tempo? What's your favorite
I
type?
like off rip, my favorite type is R. Like the alternative R&B, the R&B, anything that's slow, melodic, nostalgic, get your brain kind of like, man, it just take me somewhere else. That's my favorite type of music. But as an artist, you have to learn to do everything up
Right.
and slow. So right, and where I am currently right now, the rest of my team like that, like they'll be telling me, bro, start working on some up tempo beats because you got the melodic stuff in the bag, bro. Like you
Right,
just
right, 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 right.
trying to master the radio play hits. So that's where I'm at right now, as far as making that real, universal, everybody could dance to type things. And yeah, so my favorite
That's
is
what's up.
on the fast.
Well, I like your music myself, and like I said, I know I got a big thing coming up because my 30th anniversary in the game is coming up next year. So I will be accessing you soon, and I want you to be a part of those festivities if we can make that happen. It's gonna be in Las Vegas. It's gonna be in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? Because that's the city that we all get down in. Uh, and we definitely got to make. I got to put you on that event. That event, I ain't talking much about it yet because I'm putting it in the planning stages. But yes, sir, we will be having a all white day party. We
Uh,
will be having a couple of little festivities on schedule. We even talking about a 1950s red carpet style type of deal.
that's
Uh, Situation. You know what I mean? Like, this me, so it got to get real creative in the mix with it. So I definitely want you to be a part of that because the thing I've always been about is others and making sure that I provide a platform that is going to push the brand of others. And it
right.
is important for me that as my star power rises, I reach you and say, come on, Jerome.
Yeah.
Let's sing. Let's put our worlds together and boost each other. Let's go to the next steps and to the next level together. And that's what I always been about this entire career. So tell us, I want to hear about this BET contest.
Ooh. Um,
If you can talk about it and if you can,
yeah.
okay.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you well. I can hear you well.
Okay. So my cousin, he hit me up and he was like, hey man, BET doing this amplifying thing. You should sign up for it. So I'm like, like, I do it, but it's not, I'm not really for, it wasn't anything in me that was like, oh, this is America's Got Talent, or this is so it was just like, you know what? But I'm gonna do it because if you also do music and you reached out to me to do it, then maybe I don't want to miss out on anything that could have been just because I wanted to be lazy.
Right.
Like,
Right.
so it ain't no excuses. But I said, okay, cool. So I signed up for it. And I was at the gym on the treadmill. And then I just got done getting off the treadmill and done workout. So I'm breathing hard, like, man, this workout.
Yeah.
The lady this lady called me and she said, hi, is this Jerome? I said, yeah, how you doing? She said, hi, this is something for BET. I just wanted to let you know that there has been over 1,500 submissions and you fall within the final 50 or whatever. I said, oh,
Whoa.
yeah. So I said, well, thank you. I appreciate it. And things like that. She said, yeah, so excited to, see you continue to go on in these rounds and things like that. I said, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then we end up, eventually ending the conversation. So then after I told my people to vote, when I wasn't really taking the voting serious, but I said, you know what? Why not? So I'm about to tell as many people as possible to vote, things like that. Then I want to say a week after that, they end up hitting me up and saying that 50 people out of 1,000 something has got cut into 25 artists, like 25 artists. So this is where the round get real
sticky.
So I end up, as you know, I shared it everywhere, shared it as much as I possibly could and things like that. And then a week after that, they end up hitting me with the email saying, thank you for your time, but your amount of votes did not make the
Oh, but you made the final 25.
So I said, thank you. Either way, it's a blessing. I appreciate y'all for even reaching out to me and things like that. And then, that was kind of that. But I end up, doing it, after I realized it, I said, you know what? Let me go back and see who the competition was. Like, in my,
yeah, let me check out the other talent that was down to the finalized.
Yeah.
So
I went
go ahead.
at the competition, and these people had 200,000 followers and verified. I said, that's why, bro.
That's why.
No, not saying.
And yours is still building, and you're still climbing and trying to get numbers up and things like that. Yeah.
I'm not saying like, oh, I'm the best, I should have won. Nah, I never have that kind of mindset. But I was like, I'm just curious to see who I was up against. And I looked to see who I was up against, and literally these people had 60,000, 250, 100,000 verified, signed already. And I'm like they look distribution indie labels or whatever the case.
Right, I got you.
Already
and let me tell you, over right now in all of our careers, over, I would say honestly, 85% of success rates are social media bound.
Yeah.
That's a real fact. And that's the TikToks, that is the Instagrams, that's the, Facebook, that's all the media outlets that are out there. And if you're not a part of some of that, you go get lost in the shuffle. It has nothing to do with if you're talented or not.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the society. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
I can hear you. Your phone must be going off. We're almost done too. We're almost at the end of the interview. Both phones are going off. It's in the middle of the day. They're like, what's going on? He ain't answering. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's real fact. It's so true that the relevance of our careers now and what's out there is like 75 to 85% social media bound. And it's all about marketing strategies and putting your career in specific eyes and faces, and even on certain pages, attaching yours to their numbers. And then as you come together, then more visibility comes that way too. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we that's the strategy part of the industry, the game that we have to play and be a part of as well. If you're an entertainer that really, really wants to push and get yourself out there.
Exactly. Every day, and consistency only success. So as long as you keep going, can't nobody stop you but you.
Right, exactly. What is it that you want to let your people know? Just a message from JRome Dillard that only you can give them.
I know this is a repetitive thing and it's said a lot, but the older I get, I understand is on why I've heard other celebrities tell people this, because it's such a real life like gem, as far as when everything is going bad, okay? When everything is going bad and life is not going exactly how you see it to be going, that means that the enemy sees something greater for you, and he's going to try his best to stop it. So going, keep going. It's literally like a football team. You is down, ready, set, go down, and you going against a bunch of negativity that's ready to take you down. You have to keep going and ram through them, but never stop, because you never know. You may have wanted to make it at this point in your life. You may have wanted it to go this way, but clearly it wasn't meant for it to go that way, or it would have been a blessing fumble. Therefore, trust the process, keep going, stay consistent, never give up. You'll get to where you're trying to go. That was my way.
You'll get to where you need to be, right? I wish I could I'll high five you. Look, let's do an air five on that one. Because that's so true. Like, oh my God, I know. I know. I was just talking this morning on my morning live about how important it is to know your value and your worth.
Yeah.
Because what happens is sometimes people have, a low thought of themselves, and what they try to do is get you caught up in that, that whole theory of how they feel about themselves. And then a lot of times people try to step on your head to get where they need to be, that whole crab in the buckets mentality. And it's kind of like, you never really existed to them in the first place. They just needed to, sync with you and get where they needed to be. So I was talking to my audience this morning about knowing your value and your worth, period. As a person, what you bring to the table in situations. If you know of your relevance and your value and your worth, it's like you can hold your head up and go on and push forward and know that you gave your all and your best in that situation. It doesn't mean that it's going to go perfect. It doesn't mean that. Okay. And another thing is, it doesn't mean that you even go break through on that situation yet right away or whatever.
Right.
But what it does mean is what you bring to the table in those scenarios. And this is business partners. This is family. This is all of that. Everybody fit in that category, even teacher instructors and leaders. And look at our Donald Trump that we had in office. You know what I'm saying? Just a prime example. He had a presidential elite position, but did not value the people who even voted him in.
Right. Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? You got to know without a shadow of a doubt who you are and what you are and how long you've been doing this, because the devil is real, and what he will try to do is discredit you and make you feel low in the earth and make you feel like you ain't worth ish and all of that stuff. As you begin to climb that ladder of success, it's so many, you know what I'm saying, things that hit you, and we just got to literally stay focused and know who we are, know whose we are, and know what we bring to the table. And when you know those things, you ain't got to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, for real.
So that's what I do these morning blogs and stuff. I get up and I walk and I talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this morning's blog, that's exactly what it was about. So I want you to know that too. JRome, you've been in the business forever. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody tell you that you ain't talented. Can't nobody try to run up in your face and in your grill and try to, you know what I'm saying, detour you from the path that you're on. You know why? Because you have the credibility, you have the seasoning and the time, and you put your time and energy into this. And what is beginning to come out is from the seasons, you understand, that of investments that you have made. So can't nobody tell you nothing. And it's not a cocky thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're very humble. I'm very humble.
Yeah.
It ain't a cocky thing, but guess what? We done did this too long. You understand it? Evidently, we done gained some kind of expertise in it.
Yeah, for real. I appreciate that. Like real
Man, real. Okay.
I know you interviewing me, but I got to give you your roses and your flowers while you here. Like your level of professionalism and the way that you carry yourself and all of the accomplishments that you've done that I seen you do, I salute you for that as well, because it
For
takes
sure.
a mindset to go through the things that you done been through, but still come out on top. And you say, and you have that mindset like, I got this coming at me, this coming at me, that coming at me. But
Right.
for you to still stay 10 toes down and say, I'm still making these blogs, I'm still writing books, I'm still interviewing, I'm still connecting, still networking. It take a different kind of person to do that. So
maybe somebody that's like somebody from Detroit. It's that same thing. I'm from the Lou. I'm from St. Louis. So, you know what I mean? We don't go down easy. We don't go down easy, you know, without punching back and you know what I mean? Having the box every step of the way. Like you gotta knock them in their grill. And you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's, you know, and as positive as we both are, it's like, it doesn't mean that we're not going to experience bad things. And it does not mean, you know what I'm saying, that this career is easy at all. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that. It's so many volumes of different challenges that present themselves as you begin to climb the ladder. And the more deeper you get in the ocean, honey, the more turbulent it becomes. You know what I mean? Right. And it's, God didn't promise us that it wasn't going to be no pain or no challenges or none of that. But he did, what he did promise us is that he's going to make sure that we're okay. And he's being faithful to us as we incline into his ear and listen to every part of his instruction and his word in our lives. He will guide us in the way that we need to go and put us on that right path. And I'm telling you, as long as you stay true to your heart, JRome, when I tell you, please, as you go to the next level, sir, please stay true to that voice that you hear on the inside of your heart. I'm not talking about what people saying to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm talking about what you hear on the inside that you know is right to do. That thing that it won't shake, because you know that that's your next step. And if you don't do it, you're going to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? For those things. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, people can talk all day, but the action is what really speaks volume. The action of what somebody does is the truth of the matter, not what they're saying. Right. Not what they're saying, my God. Like when I tell you, I've been through some stuff. That's why I'm getting amped up like this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got the recharged Queen G that has been through the fire and the flood, and I didn't experience some things. You know what I'm saying? So I got this advice to give. Like, it didn't mean you ain't gonna hurt when you pinch yourself. It don't mean that. Just because you're talented. Just because I'm talented in this. Right. You know what I'm saying? I got a gift. I know that God has given me that gift, but with that gift comes responsibility. You understand? Yeah. And you know I'm telling the truth. Yeah. You know I'm telling the truth. All facts. And people don't know what you go through on the inside. They don't know the turmoil and the chaos and the craziness and the judgment. The judgment is very painful. When somebody perceives that they think you are who they think you are, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, what did you think? I'm as real as they come, and I'm trying to tell you I'm real. But people got their own idea of what they want to see you as. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, you got to know your value and your worth. You got to understand what you have brought to the table since 11 years old, since the moment you belted that first note. You understand? It's been what, 10 years now? Yeah. A decade. You need to come out with a decade album. Seriously, that would be a good idea. For real. Why not? I ain't never thought about it. Why not? You know what I'm saying?
Huh. That's crazy.
People don't know the journey, bro. They don't know.
I don't know, but I appreciate it. I need all of that for real. So I
So
appreciate
tell us where we can find you on social media. We gonna shut it down after that. This has been amazing. I'm so grateful that we got a chance to do this exclusive this morning. And
yeah,
I'm so happy for you and proud of you. For
thank,
real.
thank you. That mean a lot for real. Especially coming from you and you being like the person that you are, moving, working, making stuff happen. I say, you know what, Auntie, I gotta do it for you. You know what?
Right.
I was all the way in Detroit. I was all the way in Detroit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make it happen. It's early. I know it's gonna be scheduled super early, but I'm gonna make it happen for Auntie though. So
For
yeah.
sure. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And
Yep.
every time you gotta make time for me, even in the green room, when you're doing that, what you call that, when you booking out the 15,000 plus stadiums, and you gotta make that space for me, all right?
Got you. But everybody can follow me at Jerome Dillard Official on Instagram, Jerome Dillard Official on Facebook. I don't have a Twitter. Instagram and Facebook are my primary boom, 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 boom. Every
Okay.
those. And actually what I wanted to throw out there for the people that, actually enjoy the music that I make is that my project is dropping September 17th. Boom, 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 boom. So it's about to be, it's real exciting because this will be my first professional album,
Wow. See?
first
That's
professional.
what I mean. This that decade stuff. This what happened in that decade. This that 10-year mark activity.
Yeah. I'm super, super excited about that. And it's just like it's a whole nother level of artistry, of creativity, of exposure that's about to get ready to come, especially within this decade. This decade
Right.
is
That's dope.
this
That's
one.
dope. Anybody you want to shout out real quick?
Um, I want to give a shout out to my pops. He is my manager. Feel me? Um, ever since I started, as far as the Golden Knights trip, all these things that he's literally helped me get from the ground up. And it's just like I wouldn't have been able to do that without him. So, and I also want to thank my mom, of course, because her being a primary supporter as far as funds for certain things around that time,
Woo
like
woo. Woo woo woo.
for real, and things like that. So, and my family, of course, my wife, things like that. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing like that, but say that anyways. Just to let
Shout
people,
out to the wifey. Hey, I got a hubby too, and
you know,
ooh, when I tell you, they deal with a whole nother level of us.
facts. So I still gotta add that in there regardless. Especially if I'm
Yes.
shout outs to people, especially because that's
And if you want to go home in peace.
yeah.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
So, but yeah, those my primary people that really wife, parents, they really support me as an individual when I'm not on screen. When I'm not on,
Right.
I'm the one that they have to talk about or talk to make sure that my mental health is there. They are the ones that deal with Jerome, So
Oh yeah.
people definitely, yeah,
Give it up for family and the people that hold us down for real, for real. Those ones that smell the bad breath,
yep,
that know when we got bubble guts.
yep,
The ones, the real ones, the A
yeah,
ones, the ones.
yeah.
So Jerome, listen, it's been an amazing pleasure having you today. I wish you all the best. And like I said, after this, it ain't nothing but up, bro.
Uh,
Nothing but up. Okay?
yeah, for both
And
of us.
all you gotta do, like I said, follow your heart.
Mm.
And that heart, it will lead you in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And don't let nobody stop you, you know, from pursuing what you're doing. You too long in the game. It's like you can't turn around now.
Yeah.
You too deep in the water, bro.
They say you get to a point where you closer to where you trying to get than where you started. Yeah. So that's
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Thank you for your wisdom today. Thank you for your acknowledgement for me as well. You know this ain't easy, so I appreciate your words of encouragement, kindness, and you know what I mean. Thank you for giving me this exclusive moment. I think we both needed this. I'm finna get up and jump for glory and like praise the Lord and all kind of stuff when this is over. I appreciate this because it really, really, really gave me a boost. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't even have to talk about nothing crazy. We talked about real stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, you have a blessed day, bro. Continue to keep your head up, held high, and keep it pushing, okay?
Thank you so much. You too. Thank you for having me. You got a blessed day. I'm going to see you whenever you get down here in Vegas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's connect, okay? All right, brother. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh my God. See what I'm saying? JRome Dillard, hands down. Not only is he an amazing artist, but he's an amazing person. That's my little nephew, I call him. And y'all stay tuned and be on the lookout for Mr. JRome Dillard. Trust and believe when I tell you star power, star quality. What's different from, you know, the Omarions and all them that's out there. Like when I tell you he on the way, y'all. Don't sleep on JRome Dillard. Get his project when it comes out. That the new one that he's launching. Check him out, like his page. You know what I mean? Listen to his music, share his music, all of that stuff. Your girl Queen G put her signature on it. I'm so proud of my nephew, I call him, and I'm grateful that we got a chance to get caught up and get this exclusive interview on the schedule. So have a fabulous day, y'all. Y'all keep watching the Queen G Live Experience. This is your girl Queen G of Queen G Live Experience. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.